Yo, what's going on, homies? It's your boy Stormed back for the OPTC video. In today's video, we're diving back into Assault Rumble for the Halloween edition against Shanks, Boa, and Ace with some updated teams to help you guys get a little bit more damage output with none of the new characters. So once again, make sure to Super Evolve Shanks, so that way you get the extra 1.2 times booster, because with this particular event, if you have him, you get a 1.2 times bonus. Now, if you guys have any of the new batch characters, you are going to get a little bit more points as well, but I would highly advise skipping this banner. Like, these Blackbeard pirates, as cool as they seem, if you're a big Blackbeard fan, go for gold, I guess, but like, you can skip these characters. Like, they're not going to be game breaking. We have the 11.5 anniversary coming up. You want to summon there if you want to summon, and I guess we'll kind of see if these characters are viable when that banner kind of goes live and what that looks like. But funny thing is, I already did a video on this particular piece of content, and I totally spaced. I thought that Ace was weak to the powerhouse class, and I thought Shanks was weak to shooters, so I actually had them completely muddled up. And yeah, so hopefully you guys saw the comment on that particular video. As for the Hancock boss, like, that was all fine, that was all hunky-dory. But today we have a little bit of different sort of comp for you guys to sort of take down this event. So hopefully this helps you guys out with your rankings. Hopefully it helps you out by getting a little bit more points. Remember, it is an RNG fest, so just be mindful of that. But if you enjoyed the video, like button, hit subscribe, and do that good stuff. With that said, let's dive in. So going up against Shanks, he's actually weak against int and powerhouse characters. I got that completely wrong last time. I thought he was weak to shooters. So this particular setup was one that I was actually using, and it actually worked quite well. This particular Blackbeard is so freaking powerful. Make sure you guys max him out, because he is definitely a cheat code for getting so much damage output. But if you guys want to run more an int-centric build, this team works fine. Just move Luffy to the front if you don't have Garling. S-Snake, obviously, just being an S, doing S-Snake things is absolutely fantastic. And then Apu is great for damage too. However, when it comes to Assault Rumble, the name of the game is lowering defense, and the best way to do that is bringing the good old Pika or S-Snake with quick Boa combination. So with this particular lineup, I was trying to get the 4 Blackbeard pirates on the team. Unfortunately, you need 6 quick characters for Boa to do her thing, and you need obviously 5 for Luffy, which doesn't matter. And then you kind of want to have like 6 driven or fighters for Pika, so like your bench kind of has to be built up of quick driven characters. Like, unfortunately, that's just like the way it needs to be. Fun part about this particular team though is we have access to the powerhouse Kuzan from the Verse Blackbeard batch. He's actually a really good character here. Not only is he getting a 4 times multiplier, just like Blackbeard, or sorry, 40% increase to damage, just like Blackbeard is, but he's also giving cooldowns, which again, in Assault Rumble, the name of the game, giving cooldowns is so damn valuable, especially when you have characters like Blackbeard and you have characters like Luffy and Boa who are hitting so freaking hard. Like, they're hitting so damn hard. Pika's lowering defense for us, which is great. He also can apply half stats. He puts up shields, which is just so nice. Ideally, I would have wanted Blackbeard to go there. And again, this is where RNG is going to sort of take the reins, because realistically, you want Blackbeard, Luffy, Boa to go, and then you want to have Kuzan go after them, so then Kuzan just giving all the cooldowns to those types of characters as well. Blackbeard can action bind too, but on this particular fight, action bind just kind of isn't a thing. Most of the Assault Rumble fights nowadays are going to just be immune to action bind. It just like was an absolute cheat code in the first season. And the devs learned pretty quick to completely remove that. So fortunately, we didn't really hit everyone with the Boa value there of the super special. So this particular run's probably going to look like it's just not going to be our best run, unfortunately. It should still put up numbers. As you guys can see, we still have 40 seconds left in the fight, and we are pushing 900k. So as of yesterday, like this, when I did this video, obviously we're running shooters. I think we sat around 600k. But 600k compared to 900k, and we're not even done yet, is a huge difference. So having to take the special of Shanks there is, that's not a problem, to be honest. With the barrier that Pika can provide, it's very easy to sort of tank that. We have very high HP units on the bench too, by the way, so make sure you guys are rocking your highest HP quick driven characters there. This team doesn't really die that much, so don't really worry about it if they're not sort of providing too much for the team. How did Luffy just get knocked back there? Okay, we really need Luffy to use his special, and if we can squeeze in another Blackbeard special, this will be respectable damage. But as you guys can see here, this is definitely not my best run. I have seen 2 million damage with this particular setup, so you can definitely do some pretty crazy things here. So fortunately, Blackbeard got knocked back again, I think. so he's not going to be able to squeeze in, unfortunately. Luffy just hits so hard, man. Like, he hits so ridiculously hard. So if Blackbeard could jump the Q, that'd be great. But as for the rest of this, I'm not going to keep... Like, he's right there, man. He's right there. Would have pushed us up over the 1.6 mark, but I think my greatest damage for, like, my rank at the moment was 1.6. But like I said, I have seen 2 million damage with this particular setup. So as for the Boa fight, this is what I actually used yesterday. It does pretty respectable damage, if I'm being completely honest with you guys. But I do know that a lot of people don't have, obviously, super special level 5 of Zoro Sanji, and Garling is a little bit hard to attain. But just like the last fight, driven characters are now getting buffed, and Blackbeard getting that 40% buff is basically a must run. Now we're bringing S-Snake over Pika. We can bring the 4 Blackbeard pirates, and we can send it with the extra buffs that 6+ Blackbeard provides. Like I said, like, 6+ Blackbeard, like Shank's 6+ as well is great this season, but he's not getting a passive buff like Blackbeard is. Blackbeard obviously loses the int buff, but driven are getting buffed here, so you're getting some really, really nice stacks as well. But Blackbeard hits so damn hard, like so ridiculously hard. If he wasn't a dual unit and he had the int tag, then he would just be hitting like so crazily. But with this particular lineup, we are utilizing S-Snake over Pika. That way we have the extra quick unit, so that way we can bring out the 4 Blackbeard pirates. As I mentioned with the Blackbeard pirates, if you have 4 Blackbeard pirates, you can get access to the extra defense down drop that Blackbeard provides, which is actually very, very handy for getting a lot more damage output for Blackbeard himself, as well as Luffy. This particular fight as well, something interesting is that you can actually action bind. So Blackbeard and S-Snake both have that ability to action bind, so you can basically just stop the enemy from doing anything. Now, this can be a problem because you do want to get super specials, and the confusion aspect can be a problem too, because again, you do want to get some super specials off with Boa, but the upside to this particular team is Boa is the only one with a super special, so you don't have to worry about it too much. And if you action bind, you don't have to worry about enemies like doing attacks, which allows you to just keep outputting damage even with your regular attacks. As you can see, like, we're doing 4,000 damage with our regular attacks. We've got them at -21 defense. There's just so much going on with this particular lineup. And then with Kuzan giving cooldowns back to our characters, it just works so damn nicely. Unfortunately, Boa didn't take that special. Like, if they get specials off, you really need them to hit Boa. Like, Boa needs to get hit, so then that way you can access her super special. And the main reason you want to access her super special is purely for that defensive the defense drop. The defense drop is just so valuable. All right, Blackbeard getting more defensive drops. Very, very nice. I don't think we'll get the super special off here, which is a little bit annoying, but at the same time, it's not the end of the world. See, this is perfect. We had Blackbeard go, we had Luffy go, now we have Boa go. If Boa went before both of them, obviously that would have been a little bit better, just for extra defense drops. But then having Kuzan go after that just gives you that extra charge. Look at that negative defense, crazy. Getting that extra charge is so valuable. It's not going to show here purely because like we're about to run out of time. Is the enemy still action bound? Okay, so we can hold him on. We can hold on the action bind here. Unfortunately, like, we're just not going to get any specials off. But Blackbeard again, he's right there. So that was actually pretty bad. Like 942k is like, it was actually a pretty bad run. I think my highest that I've had. Oh, we got the Blackbeard Pirates mission. That's always fun. The highest run that I have had is like 1.2. So you can get way more damage output than what you guys saw right there. Alright, so finally we have the Ace fight, and because we're now fighting Ace, you can actually bring free spirit characters. So if you wanted to bring this particular lineup with the shooters that I mentioned yesterday, you just have access to Uta now, Usopp. They're not getting absolutely punished because Ace is targeting slasher characters. That's who is in a very scary position. So Zoro Sanji here, not Zoro Sanji, Zoro Kaku, they are going to get hit really hard, but they are still dishing out so much damage that you want to try and find a way to bring them. And whilst that shooter team does work quite nicely, it doesn't exactly hit the pinnacle of what we're trying to achieve. So what I've done here is I've done a bit of a hybrid combination with Driven, just like my regular PvP team with Pika and S-Snake. But then I've just incorporated Zoro and Kaku instead of something like 6+ Ace on the bench. You realistically, in Assault Rumble, don't need to run both Pika and S-Snake in the front lines together. Just having one of them is actually really nice. If you guys don't have Pika, you can just run S-Snake in the front there. If you guys have Pika but no S-Snake, you can just replace her on the bench. Zoro Kaku are getting actual ridiculous buffs from the shooter tag of Mars. And then obviously with the Luffy and Lucci, but they're also getting the world government buffs from stuff like Mars and Walkyrie. So Walkyrie needing 5 driven characters, obviously very easy when you have Pika, S-Snake, we have Urban on the bench, and then Mars as well. Pika's ability to halve stats, give up shields, and then Walkyrie's ability to give up shields as well just keeps Zoro and Kaku alive while still taking special damage, so that way you can get access to their super special. Their super special is so ridiculously powerful. They also lower so much defense. Like, the amount of defense drops you guys get with Zoro and Kaku is so ridiculous. Honestly, Luffy and Lucci could be replaceable in this team as well, but their just passive damage is so valuable being a world government unit. They give that level 3 cooldown buff at the start, which allows Zoro and Kaku to go very, very quickly and start lowering that defense, which is super valuable. But the problem with Ace is he has so much speed. And as you guys saw in the last fight, when you action bind and you basically stop the enemy from doing anything, well, with Ace, he goes so quickly that you basically just don't have an opportunity to stop what he's doing. And when he throws out that special, he can hit very, very hard. Now, ideally, in a perfect world, what you'd want to happen here is you want like to get the Zoro Kaku super special off, and then you just want like Luffy, Lucci to either die or just have Mars to die, and then just have that death shot of Mars go straight into Luffy and Lucci, Zoro and Kaku. So then that way you get that extra shot off there as well. But as you can see, this run is actually going okay-ish. I believe my previous run when I used this team was like 540 something K damage. I can't exactly remember. I might have some screenshots. I might see if I can just quickly pull them up at the end of the video. Yeah, this team can hit, like, the super special of Zoro and Kaku, yeah, I got it right, just goes absolutely AWOL. Like, the amount of damage you get just from that alone is just, it's a must when you guys are doing these sort of big damage runs. And if you don't get, did we just miss the bird? That's so frustrating. The bird would have gone into Walkyrie, which then would have allowed us to get just one more special. So the problem I always find with this particular fight is that Ace is just taking up so much time with his attacks. Like, it's so frustrating. Zoro Kaku, if they went right there, which they probably would have squeezed in if we had 1 extra second, and they got their attack off, that would have just clocked their special. It would have done some pretty nice things. But they're the teams I've been rocking at the moment. They're doing a lot more damage, and with those teams that you guys saw is where I am sitting at the moment with my ranking. So that score there with Shanks, that's what I got with the team that I just showed you. All right, so I do have a screenshot of the shooter fight. As you can see, we had 545,000 damage, and then we had the 200,000 life score. Getting that shield from Pika just allows you to survive just so drastically, and obviously with 2 of the Elder Stars, you have a lot of HP here. I also have a screenshot of the Hancock fight. Now, this one, I didn't have the 4 Blackbeard Pirates, so like I said, you could definitely get this higher. Like, this could go way higher. 1.36 is very, very good. 200,000 life score is awesome as well. And I don't actually have a screenshot of the Shanks fight that I just showed you with team, but this team actually did fairly well with 1.17 that I did, 117 that I did show at the start of the video too. So there we go. We've had a bit of time to muck around with the Salt Rumble. From here, I feel like I'm probably just going to use my like regular stamina and just like let it rock from there. Because like if I can stay top 500, awesome. But at the same time, like if I go into the top 1,000, like that's a good place to end without any boosters. But hopefully this video helps you guys out. If it does, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, do all that good stuff. Most importantly, wherever you guys are in this beautiful world, please enjoy the rest of your day. As always, homies, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.